Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Story number 1, Minigun, written by Hope Data Adam. Ready up! I heard my commander shout, and I and my comrade stood up in the trench, our weapons in hand and our sights are high. We, the Gurner Confederacy, have been called to war by the Galactic Federation against the Greater Terran Union. The GTU and the humans presumably violated galactic law, which led to this war that we are fighting in. Humans, several sun cycles ago, after joining the Galactic Federation, already sparked trouble that enraged the entire Galactic Federation Council, so much that we were being sent to war with them for it. Not like I care about the reason the war started. Being a conscript means I'm not willing enough to look into the background of things like this. Now that our artillery bombardment has passed, we will charge the human lines with all of our might. Stand proud, Connors! This is a day where you claim glory and honor for your family. We the Gurners were chosen as the GF sword because we are the most anatomically closest to the humans. We're bipedal with digigrade legs. The humans classify them as. We have 2 arms and we also breathe oxygen and are carbon-based life forms. This will make the invasion of human worlds much easier for the Galactic Federation. The humans are staggered, weak, even they themselves are fractured. Accustomed, we were given a brief look at the opponent. The humans run a decentralized government system where multiple governments and nations exist being guided by a central government. Their weapons are unreliable, insignificant. Just yesterday, I received a message from our line breakers that managed to decrypt the humans' transmissions. It said something unbelievable and baffling that everyone had read and laughed. Shipments of miniguns on their dropships to front lines. The humans use kinetic weapons as their primary offense and defense weapons. Using the informal word guns is quite common to classify them. A weapon so small that they call it a mini is so insignificant. How will they ever do damage to the enemy? I wondered. We will bring glory to the Confederation, and we will bring pride to the Federation. Ready yourselves, the battle is upon us. We stepped forward and pushed ourselves against the wall, awaiting the signal to go over the trench and charge. And that signal came, a wailing alarm that spread across the entire trench of my battalion. We screamed at the top of our lungs while we pushed ourselves up over the trench and set our legs onto the dirt. Some of us began firing while most continued to charge the enemy, including me. I see the enemy's position, a line of prefabricated bunks similar to ours as well as trenches. It felt like a full minute of running and sprinting, and I began to feel ill in my stomach, like impending doom was about to strike me and my battalion. Then I heard a faint whirring. Instinctively, I dropped down onto the ground on my stomach, and a rain of bullets and a deafening sound of brrrt bombarded us. To my sights, my friends and comrades fall, and the chaotic melancholy of defending fire is mixed with the screams and yells of my fellow soldiers. There on the dirt and mud of the battlefield, I truly felt fear. I never faced combat and only just recently been conscripted, but I'm sure what I felt there was true fear. The fear of death and the fear of dishonor. I cowered like a coward, quickly trembling and my hand shaking as I hold my weapon close to me. Just as quick and as unexpected as it began, it ended abruptly, and the battlefield fell silent for a moment before cries of my comrades echoed across the blasted hellscape. I heard some call out to their mothers, some apologize to their fathers and siblings. Few muttered a vow, Galasya, Baratyanaya. I breathed heavily, scared to move an inch. The sound of boots slowly becoming closer. My heart raced a mile a second and my vision blurred. I asked myself what to do, but it didn't matter as the enemy was already right in front of me. The humans yelled at me to let go of my weapon, but the guns trained on me. I did so without hesitation, and quickly afterwards they pulled me to my feet. I was ashamed of myself, displaying cowardice to the enemy and surrendering without even a fight. Not only to shame myself, but to my family's name as well. They moved my hands behind my head and began to escort me back to the defensive line. I didn't look back at my trench, nor did I remember any other member of my battalion being captured. All I heard from behind me was yelling and gunfire, probably the humans clearing out our trench. As I jumped down into the humans' trenches, I finally see what caused such a hellfire. 2 compact multi-barreled weapons. They are huge, mounted on the edge of the trench. One of the humans that saw my bewildered face chuckled and pointed at it. They talked to me. Beautiful, aren't they? Miniguns do wonders to meat shields like you. So, they are those miniguns. Before I could even respond, a moment later, I was pushed from behind to keep walking. Chaos in a compact package, the very definition of a bullet hose, the antithesis of precision, a hammer to crack a nut, the minigun, 6 barrels, endless fire, a terrifying weapon of mass annihilation. End of story. Story number 2. How Does It Taste? Written by Cinchi Dev. Excuse me, what? I wonder, how does it taste? Humans are weird. I mean, achieving the title of apex predator in a planet with millions of species requires a special kind of being. But humans are really weird, even for predator races like myself. Shouldn't we worry about it after we kill it? Okay. The human points his rifle, one of those ancient projectile-based rifles, and shoots. The gigantic Manathon groans in pain, then crumbles. Okay, now it's dead. I wonder, how does it taste? I'll go and find out then. The company said that we can manage this disposal however we see fit, right? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. We're a part of an extermination company that deals with numerous species around the galaxy. If you have an invasive species, a monster outside its territory, or some experiment gone wrong, you'd call us. We've been in the business for many galactic cycles. Ever since non-predator species had troubles with irresponsible xenos and their dangerous pets. He comes back with a few slices of meat from the Manathon and unpacks his portable grill, a kind of cooking device humans use. Want to find out about the taste too? Sure, why not? He starts cooking the meat. It smells good, but I have to know. Peter, can I ask you something? Of course, what do you want to know? Why was your first question, how does it taste, instead of, can I kill it? Sorry, but I don't understand the question. I mean, weren't you worried that you couldn't kill it? Peter looks confused. What do you mean? Did it look like an immortal creature from the mythology of your planet? No, I mean, how did you know that you were able to kill it? I mean, it was alive. If it's alive, it can be killed. That's how the killing concept works, right? Peter said with a chuckle. But what if you couldn't? You mean like a zombie? Or if it was invulnerable? What's a zombie? It's a being that is dead, but it still moves, and since it's dead, it can't be killed unless you completely destroy it. No, what a horrible concept. Let me rephrase. How did you know that your skills were enough to kill it? I don't, why wouldn't them? I start to understand. Peter, have your species ever encountered a being that was too dangerous or too strong and couldn't be killed? Well, no, I think not. Not really. There was Moby Dick and some mythical creatures, but none that couldn't be killed. So the only limitation your species could be able to kill a being is that it should be alive first. Well, yes, isn't that the same for everyone? Are you okay? In my planet, there's a being called the Zopron. It remained the one being that we were not able to kill before achieving FTL travel. Even now, some people still fear it. The Manathon you just killed is the same for the people of this planet. Oh, you mean like Moby Dick? I don't. It was a giant animal that killed a group of men that tried to hunt it down. I understand you now, Glob. No, we don't have a Moby Dick. Earth, maybe it's not as dangerous as I thought. Peter looks offended. That's what you think? Well, you don't have an unkillable monsters, do you? You haven't faced a monster that kills for fun and eats anything in its path. Peter looks angry. He starts looking for something on his tablet. Maybe I went a bit too far. Humans are a proud species after all. Here, Peter says, look at this. He gives me the tablet. What monstrous creatures are these? A creature full of fur and giant tusks and a giant feline with teeth as long as your arm. Wait, These are not pictures. These are paintings. You're trying to trick me, human. These are not pictures. These are paintings. Surely from your... No. The woolly mammoth and the saber-tooth. What an appropriate name. Work right real. The reason we don't have any pictures of them is that we killed them before even being a civilization. How could this be? He doesn't seem to be lying. He takes the tablet from my hand, searches again, and hands it to me again. There they are. It's skeletons. They were real. I can't process this. The marathon beat is ready. Peter looks pleased with my dumbfounded expression. Well, Glob, it seems I convinced you. Here. He hands me some perfectly grilled marathon meat. Let's eat. When I was a kid in my hometown, there was someone that thought that he could hunt a Zapron. He was obviously mistaken, and one day later, the police had to go and look for his remains. To this day, I remember what my father told me that day. I wonder, my boy, what drives those monsters? Peter was mistaken. There was an unkillable monster on Earth, and I found the answer to my father's question. Wake up, Glob. Tell me, how does it taste? End of story. This is a special thank you to the one, the only, the legendary Eric Hino, who has become the only Tier 6 patron. I just want to thank the T5 patrons and channel members. Bob the Dragon, Cam Maxwell, Casper Arnholtz, Estrella the Dreamer, Tryagain95, Fudic Yol, Meridian 117, Alithia, Jordan Bucksbaum, Angry Marine, Albard and Gusta, and Barky. Thank you very much. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed. There are links down below, both to support this channel and for the author of this fiction. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic one, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.